All right, Randy Walker here on 122nd Street, Riverside Drive in Upper Manhattan. And behind me, as you can read, it's the General Grant National Memorial here in Upper Manhattan. And this is the final resting spot of General Ulysses S. Grant, President Ulysses S. Grant. He was the 18th President of the United States. And obviously, for those history buffs who know about Ulysses Grant, he was the main general who won the Civil War for the Union and ended slavery in the United States. So behind me is his final resting place, which was where his wife Julia wanted to make sure that he was buried in New York City. So Ulysses Grant was born in Ohio. He went to the U.S. Military Academy at West Point, just up the Hudson River right there behind us, just up the Hudson River at West Point. Graduated in the lower half of his class, served in the Mexican War, U.S. versus Mexico in 1840s, and Civil War started in 1861, and he quickly rose up the ranks to be the head of all the Union armies, promoted by President Abraham Lincoln, and finally defeated the Confederacy and General Robert E. Lee, and they famously signed surrender papers to the Appomattox Courthouse as some military jets fly up and down the Hudson because it's Memorial Day weekend, so appropriate here to be at the final burial site of Ulysses Grant on Memorial Day for all those soldiers who sacrificed their lives in preserving the Union. Grant had a nickname which many will say is inappropriate, but his nickname was the Butcher because so many soldiers died under his command trying to defeat Robert E. Lee and the Confederacy, and the casualties were quite large. But that's the sacrifice that many men made to preserve the Union and end slavery in the United States. So, so President Lincoln was assassinated in 1865. Andrew Johnson took his place, and in the next election, Ulysses Grant won the presidency, served 2-year terms. We'll start walking a little closer, so you get a better view of the burial site. So Ulysses Grant served 2 terms, and he had some financial troubles after his presidency, and wrote his memoirs as he was dying of throat cancer. Also upstate New York, near Saratoga Springs, New York, and he died in 1885. They brought his body down to New York City here, and evidently what I read was there was a funeral. The funeral was attended by 1.5 million people. I mean, Ulysses Grant was absolutely the most famous person in the United States by far at the time. But he was in a temporary grave in 1885, and this mausoleum, which is the largest mausoleum in North America, was constructed in 1897. And there's kind of this saying or joke or whatever, is like, who's buried in Grant's tomb? And the answer is nobody, because technically he's not buried inside those behind those doors inside that mausoleum. He is in a sarcophagus alongside his wife Julia, and I read that perhaps the dog is buried there too. So anyway, so that is some fun facts about Ulysses Grant. I also just read, in the history books and everywhere, it says it's Ulysses S. Grant, but actually that's incorrect. His full name was Hiram Ulysses Grant, and the reason why people refer to him as Ulysses S. Grant is because the Ohio congressman who applied for his admission to West Point, or the Ohio senator, or whatever government official it was, mistakenly put on his applications Ulysses S. Grant. So it actually, that is false. He eventually, I read, accepted it. His mother's maiden name was Simpson, so some people call him Ulysses Simpson Grant. I did a report on him in like 6th grade, and I remember the cover writing Ulysses Simpson Grant, so that was wrong, actually. So I'm glad I didn't get an F. So anyways, the sun starts to peek out here on a gloomy day, and the sign there says, "Let us have peace." So yeah, that's the scene here. So it's a beautiful site, a very historic site. You know, not a lot of people come here to see this site. It seems like it's kind of forgotten. So anyway, I'm glad to visit. I did go inside earlier. It just seems a little more reverential in there. Don't really want to film, and talk at the same time. So I posted another video on YouTube, touring a little bit inside, which is a little more respectful than me talking on a microphone in there. So anyway, Randy Walker from the General Ulysses Grant National Monument Memorial here, 122nd Street, Riverside Drive, New York City. Over and out.